folks. It's 2 o'clock p.m., Monday, June 25th, 2017. I was making this video and had an electrical issue out of nowhere. So I had to restart it, and it's just funny, we're starting at this, at the 2 o'clock at 00, which is a double Elder's number of completion. And then 2 is understanding, people coming together. This will be short. There is some understanding that I needed to complete. Zeros and 2s. I've recently had mentioned, I got it into books 1 and 3. The first souls in the first universe. I need to explain that a little better for you to understand it. I know it's in the books, but this is a different way of putting it. So if you plan on reading any of the books, please download this short video. And again, Deanna will put that into her rewrite when she makes the nice additions to the books. That'll be in different languages, and also by then it'll be in the libraries. Anyway, the original first being, while it was just coming together, it's just happenstance in the very beginning of what we would call creation. 5 energy fields and some heavy particulate matter. Well, it got to the point where it released. It broke itself. It was going in and out of this energy field, and it was, lonely. It was the only thing there was. So it split itself into 2 parts, male and female. Well, it split itself into 2 parts that were similar, and that was the creation of male and female. The 5 basic energy fields that need to be there to create sentient energy, spirit. They were there. The heavy particulate matter started getting pulled in. That was hanging around. Some of it got pulled into it. That slows down the frequencies and creates what we call more negativity, which is really a higher percentage of lower frequencies. So anyway, as that started to happen, part of what was coming together, that energy it was strong, hard vibrating, but did not like that heavy particulate matter coming in to slow it down. And as the heavy particulate matter came in over here, this over here just kind of pushed right out. They're called the energens. I've been talking about them for years. Not a lot, but they've been in every issue of the first volume, creation. Its birth in its beginning in your origin, I think, is what it is. I'm still really sick. I'm not going to get better. I'm having a real rough day. So this is a lot more difficult than it should be. But so the energens pushed out, get away from it, and then another group later came out. That'll be in the next series of books that Deanna will write. And that's the only one who's going to have the information coming in where I know it's, other people, if they repeat something Deanna has said publicly or written, fine. But I'm taking this, putting it right into Deanna. There's nothing against anyone else. She's the one I gave this spiritual foundation to. I made it for her. And she's the one that's going to have the exact information. Came directly from me. Not that someone else wouldn't, but that's where it goes, period. If she was Deanna is very good at hearing stuff, understanding. If there's any kind of, if I see there's any issue from the other side, I'll go in her head and I'll tell her, and there'll be no issue whatsoever. She's very strong. We communicate very well, and of course, she's sore. She's one of my kids, so to speak. Okay, so anyway, so then at that point, after they split in half, after the original first being split into two slightly different parts, creating male and female, the whole concept of male and female, then they turned around, floated around a bit, talked, and then they decided they wanted some individual company. So they were going to create a whole lot of smaller pieces. They're going to take a lot of smaller pieces of themselves and move them away to make them grow and become themselves and become individuals. This is detailed really well in book 1. But what I wanted to put a little extra information into, it can be a little confusing sometimes. I talk about Essence. Essence had lives before the souls were even created. They're very strong, very powerful, and they had it on a planet named Gaeira. And Gaeira was in what is now this universe that I'm telling you now was actually the second universe, but the first souls in the first universe, they were having lives before any of these souls were made here. So what's with the first and the two first universes? Gaeira and her spirit mate Gaeira is universal. Gaeira is universal. Female universal essence. She's planetary. And Raul, her spirit half, that's the name he gave me, okay? He's male universal essence, which is star. They were created, the first thing was there was a good size, not that big, good sized galaxy created. It was not as big as the Milky Way, I tell you that. And that's where Gaeira was built. And then to the side of that, a pretty good bit away from it actually, the original first being male and female went ahead and built the first universe. Okay? So we have a galaxy that was made initially, and that's where Gaeira and her spirit mate, universal essence mate, lived. That was the first thing created, the galaxy. And then the first universe was created where these first souls were that were too small, too weak to really be abused hard to be able to get them to grow fast and grow strong fast. They were trying to maximize, the original first being male and female, were trying to maximize their efforts. So then they turned around and they took the galaxy that was, that Gaeira and Raul were in, and literally made it part of a universe. They just expanded it, opened it up. So sometimes it's hard to describe things as they happen as energy. It's not like a pair of glasses you just pick up. So anyway, that's what's going on with Gaeira and Raul having been existing. And then the actual first universe with souls in it was the little one that was made pretty far off to the side. Then after that experiment was done, and it was a failure, of the original first being male and female, then they went ahead and made a large universe that was included Gaeira and Raul in it. The galaxy that they were in, it included that. So, anyway, That won't make a lot of sense to most of you unless you've read the books, but the books are a pretty darn complete history of how things happen. I mean, every little thing isn't in there. I can't do that through a human body, and this body, as you can tell, is trashed. This body is almost gone. So, anyway, so I wanted to offer that, some more information. Deanna will tell you more stuff later after I'm gone, and it's been a while, couple of years or something, 2-3 years. I got stuff to do when I get out of here, and Deanna's got stuff to do too. And the whole idea is for more of you folk to wake up, become self-aware. As you do, you find out all this stuff, almost all the information and everything else here is just garbage. That was done on purpose. That was done on purpose to keep you from ever really waking up and seeing too much. The original first being male and female never wanted you to know how much they were beating you up, how bad they were making it for you, how the angels, the original angels, the first ones, how they were made to control you, break your arm or leg and kill you, kill your family, other family members. Anyway, it's all in the books, folks. I gotta go. Love you. Take care.